Hello again and welcome to the Lessons of A Course in Miracles. And today we're going to do lesson number 53. And before we get started, I wanted to mention that when you're doing these review period lessons, yes, we do read through all the lessons once, and then you pick the one that resonates with you. But at some point before you go to bed, the instructions say we need to read all of them again. So just make sure that you're covering your bases with all of these. However, that one that resonates, it's really important that you keep running that one through your mind all day. So earlier in the day, one throughout the day, and then before you go to bed at night, review them all one more time. Alrighty, the other thing today is February 22nd of 2022, a very auspicious day for the numerology folks out there. Lots of global meditations going on, like anywhere on the internet you can find if you want to join into a group meditation. It's really important to try to use these energies to the best of our ability to bring about the changes that we want to see in the world and be in community from a consciousness perspective with others. However, if you don't find a meditation to jump into or something that you feel like connects you with other people, it's okay. The reality is, if we're able to really grasp this, is there's nobody else having an experience but us. And all the other people that we're seemingly meditating with is really just other aspects of one gigantic consciousness. So if today the only thing that you're able to do is just imagine the world that you want to be in, and maybe make a commitment to do some things to change your experience. You could start with eliminating all complaining from your life and focusing on gratitude and focusing on what you are loving about your life. And make a decision that you're not going to blame your emotions on other people or situations anymore. That, believe that you're manufacturing your own experience in every aspect of the method there, and that you are really in control of the way your story plays out. So just putting yourself in a position of more empowerment and positivity and happiness and joy is going to shift the entire world. That is what saves the world, is when you begin to change the way you see things, and you're like projector that's projecting the movie onto the screen. It's really you. It's all you. So if you can stop being angry, resentful, judgmental. Obviously, judgment is the worst thing, which I talk about struggling with sometimes, especially during this so-called COVID thing, which is really the chance for all of humanity to awaken to the truth, which is there's just one, and it's me. And it's my responsibility to shift my perspective if the world is ever going to change. So there's another little homework assignment. All right, here we go. Lesson number 53 of A Course in Miracles. Today we will be reviewing the following lessons. So we're going to look at lessons 11 through 15. And I love the way Spirit works. I think on today, February 22nd, 2022, thinking of the theme, all these lessons today are perfect to have in your mind to go through the day and start to really believe that what you're seeing is meaningless and that you have the power to shift the world. All right, so the first lesson we'll be reviewing is my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Since the thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything, the world that pictures them can have no meaning. What is producing this world is insane, and so is what it produces. Reality is not insane, and I have real thoughts as well as insane ones. I can therefore see a real world if I look to my real thoughts as my guide for seeing. Okay, second lesson for review. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. Insane thoughts are upsetting. They produce a world in which there is no order anywhere. Only chaos rules a world that represents chaotic thinking, and chaos has no laws. I cannot live in peace in such a world. I am grateful that this world is not real, and that I need not see it at all unless I choose to value it. And I do not choose to value what is totally insane and has no meaning. Smart. Okay, third lesson for review. A meaningless world engenders fear. The totally insane engenders fear because it is completely undependable and offers no grounds for trust. Nothing in madness is dependable. It holds out no safety and no hope. But such a world is not real. I have given it the illusion of reality and have suffered from my belief in it. Now I choose to withdraw this belief and place my trust in reality. In choosing this, I will escape all the effects of the world of fear because I am acknowledging that it does not exist. Fourth lesson for review. God did not create a meaningless world. How can a meaningless world exist if God did not create it? He is the source of all meaning, and everything that is real is in his mind. It is in my mind too, because he created it with me. Why should I continue to suffer from the effects of my own insane thoughts when the perfection of creation is my home? Let me remember the power of my decision and recognize where I really abide. And the fifth lesson for review today, my thoughts are images that I have made. Whatever I see reflects my thoughts. Boom! It is my thoughts that tell me where I am and what I am. The fact that I see a world in which there is suffering and loss and death shows me that I am seeing only the representation of my insane thoughts and am not allowing my real thoughts to cast their beneficent light on what I see. Yet God's way is sure. The images I have made cannot prevail against him because it is not my will that they do so. My will is his, and I will place no other gods before him. Woo! Those lessons are great for today. And when you go into your meditation in your quiet place, using all the February 22nd, 2022 energies, those are perfect lessons. Like maybe you don't even have to do what I suggested and stop complaining and stop being resentful and judgmental and negative, because I'm sure these lessons are more powerful than your ability to eliminate those sort of like traits or character flaws or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, enjoy that today. Now let's see what a year of forgiveness has to say around lesson number 53, these review lessons. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. Of course, these reviews can cause some perplexing energy in the mind because they have less structure. They ask you to review them at your own pace with your own emphasis and frequency. You have a little leeway in which to practice, and the previous lessons have illustrated the kinds of practice periods that benefit you. We would like you to use that as your model when you do these review lessons. You can pick a time at the beginning of the day when you first wake up, in the middle of the day, early evening, and perhaps before you go to bed. You can choose to repeat some of these lessons throughout the day. If you panic about when and how to do these lessons, we want you to think logically. There has been a little flutter of upset around our dear one, Tina, not having the exact lesson on the exact day. We would like those of you who have experienced this confusion and upset to take a look at how little the ego requires before it gets in a flutter. Clearly, if she is doing lesson 47 on day 46 or 48, it does not matter. Did you do lesson 46? Then the next lesson number is 47. Do not worry about the date. Do not worry about what anybody else does. A Course in Miracles is a self-study practice. That means there may come a day when you might have hurt yourself, ended up in the hospital, and then come home, so 3 or 4 days passed before you completed a lesson. Do you panic? Do you worry what other people around the world have done? No. If your last lesson was number 46, then go to lesson number 47. You will not be able to stay on the corresponding day throughout the year. We guarantee that. Life interferes with things. Your mood interferes with things. The ego interferes with things. Those of you who belabor where our dear one is on the calendar, please stop. It doesn't help anyone. That is our little lesson for you today. Do not belabor the date or the day. Just know that doing your lesson for today is all that counts. Pay attention to your own practice. Do not pay attention to anyone else's practice. Please do not nitpick at any small errors that might occur over the year. Let them go and focus on your own practice. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and it is important that you practice forgiveness with these small bumps in the road. A mind dedicated to finding fault can ruin the day. We will speak to you again tomorrow. Well, that was a really good message, and I just want to take a moment to send some love to Tina, because she is on a journey. I mean, doing this book, doing those lessons every single day, channeling for 365 days was a big deal. Well, now she is leaving the United States and going back to Canada around this time, and I just want to send her some loving energy, and I would ask that everyone who's watching this video, please focus on Tina for a moment today, or whenever you hear this, and just cover her in light, cover her in joy and bliss and happiness as she makes her way back into Canada. It's kind of a precarious situation up there, and we want her to be as comforted and as escorted by spirit as possible. So Tina, I love you. I'm with you. We're all with you on your amazing journey, and if it weren't for you, we wouldn't have this. So thank you so much for being you and doing all the things that you've done up until this point. We are with you, sister. All right, everyone, thanks very much. Have a great day today, and remember that you are the one that can change the way the world looks on the outside. I'm still struggling with that. I still have a hard time with that because we weren't raised that way. We weren't raised to understand our consciousness and our influence on the world. But if it's really true that I can change the world, I know that I have to change my thoughts, and I have to stop with the negativity and the judgment and getting upset about masks and all this stuff. COVID has nothing to do with what's happening. We're going through a shift in consciousness, and all these external things are trying to distract us from the work that we need to do, which is to clean up our projector. So there you go. We will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.